Hi guys, this is our notes for metric conversions. I've filled in this already because I made a mistake and I didn't want to waste another sheet of paper. So the metric system of measurement is based on multiples of 10. The three base units are meters, liters, and grams. So when we talk about this stair step, these basic units right here are always going to be meters, liters, or grams. We have kilo, we have hecto, deca, then we have deci, centi, and milli. Okay, so now let's fill in our stair step. So kilo, I'm going to use just K, capital K for kilo. I'm going to use H for hecto. I'm going to use deca, D for deca, capital D though. Excuse me. My basic units are going to be meters, liters, or grams. My next stair step is going to be lowercase for D, deci, centi, and milli. Now what you need to be aware of, if you'll notice, you got a B that's a basic unit and an M that's a basic unit and an M down here at the bottom of the staircase. What you need to be aware of though, this basic unit M will always be one letter. This one is going to always have another letter with it, like milliliters, ml, or millimeters, mm, or milligrams, mg. Basic units are just going to be one letter, so that's how you're going to tell those two letters apart. All right, so let me go back to convert to a smaller unit, move decimal point to the right or multiply. So we're going to move to the right if we're converting to a smaller unit, and to the left if we're converting to a larger unit. That's going to make more sense to you here in a little bit. All right, so to use the stair step method, you will move the decimal. It's all about just moving the decimal. Kind of goes back to why it's a multiple of 10, the direction you have to move on the stairs. All right, so here's how we're going to use this. Oh, a little trick that you can do to remember this is King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. That's the one I used, and I still remember it from years and years and years ago. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. All right, so number one, we're going from 5 decimeters, dm, lowercase d. I'll put a K there, that's another way you can tell them apart, deca and deci. We're going from 5 decimeters to M. Well, it's only one letter, so that's the basic unit. So we need to take the decimal, which is really right there, and we need to move it 1 to the left, because that's how I would go from deci to my basic unit of meters. So if I move it 1 to the left, it's going to be 0.5. It's going to go from the right-hand side of the 5 to the left-hand side. Next, we're going to go from 2 milliliters to liters. Liters is one of my basic units. ml has 2 letters, so I know it's this one right here. All right, so I'm going 1, 2, 3 steps to the left. My decimal would be here. I need to move it 1, 2, 3. There's my new decimal. And anywhere I have an empty little hump there, I'm going to put zeros. So 2 milliliters is really 0.002 liters. Next, I'm going to go from 38.2 decagrams, which is here, to centigrams. So on this one, I'm moving 1, 2, 3 to the right. So if it's 38.2, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3 to the right. So now it's there. I'm going to fill in my little humps with zeros. So now it's really 38,200 centigrams. 0.03 kilometers to centimeters. So that's going to go from km, kilometers, to centimeters. So I know I'm going to move my decimal to the right, and I'm going to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So that 0.03 is going to become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So now it's there. I don't need that 0 out front, so it just becomes 3,000 centimeters. 6,035 milligrams starts here. We need to go to hectograms, which is there, so I'm moving it to the left, and I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it starts there. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more spot. So I need that 0. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see how many more of these I want to do. I think that's enough of those. So now let's do the next section of our notes. So now we're comparing the measurements. So now on this first one, it's going to give me 63 centimeters, and I want to compare it to 6 meters. Well, I'm going to use greater than or less than, greater than, or equal to figure it out. Still going to use my stair step here. So the only way I can do this, I'm going to turn these into the same units. I'm going to turn these ones on the right into whatever's on the left, only because I have more room over here. So 6 meters, I'm going to turn into centimeters. Well, meters is one of my basic units. Centimeters is 2 to the right, so I need to move my decimal 2 to the right. So my decimal would be there, 1, 2, and that becomes 600 centimeters. Well, 600 centimeters is greater than 63 centimeters. So 6 meters is greater than 63 centimeters. My next one, I'm going to turn grams into milligrams. Grams is a basic unit. MG has 2 letters, so that tells me it's that one. I need to move my decimal 1, 2, 3 to the right. So I'm going to take that 5 and move it 1, 2, 3 to the right. So that becomes 5,000 milligrams. So 5 grams is really 5,000 milligrams. Well, that's much greater than 43 milligrams. Excuse me. So next, let's talk about 5 grams compared to 508 milligrams. Sorry. I'm going to try to get through this video. So I'm going to turn milligrams into grams. So I have 508 milligrams. Well, milligrams is 2 letters, so that's this stair step down here. I need to go 2 grams. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. So that's going to become 1, 2, 3. So that's really 0.508 grams. Well, 5 is much bigger than 0.508 grams. Last one of these we're going to do, and then we'll start doing some of these conversions on the bottom. I don't know if we're going to do these or not. We'll see, because our next notes are actually metric conversions applications. Okay, so next I've got 3.6 meters. I've got 36 centimeters. I'm going to turn centimeters into meters, centimeters to meters. Meters is a basic unit. It only has 1 letter. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to the left. So 36 is going to become 1, 2 to the left, so that's really 36.36 meters. Well, 3.6 is greater than 0.36. Looking for one that is going to be equal to. Give me 1 second. I don't see any. Okay, so that'll give us an idea. We'll do some more of these in class. And like I said, we're not going to do this section because our next section of notes is actually dealing with applications or word problems.